Hello everyone, welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I am here to talk about if you should buy Mulan. Now Mulan is coming out in a few days now. I'm recording this Sunday night, and about, what's today's day? About, August 28th, something like that. Sorry, I haven't been, like I say, all the times kind of merged together for me, but, from today right now, Mulan should be coming out in a few days from now. And it's been discovered maybe about a couple days ago, but no one's really talking about this, that Mulan will be hitting Disney Plus for free in December. Yes, Mulan will be, the movie Mulan, which is Disney's first premium, premium subscription, $30 purchase-based thing, film that you have to pay $30 for to watch on Disney Plus and to have it and to own it on Disney Plus will eventually just a mere 3 months later be free on Disney Plus. And I'm here to talk to you guys about what that really means, because when I talked about the news, I said reported, I don't do this shit for a living, but when I talked about the news of Disney, releasing that they're moving Mulan to Disney Plus and not releasing it in any theaters, well, they're releasing it in theaters, they're releasing it on Disney Plus first, and then they're going to try to release it in theaters where they can later. But the thing is, when people were talking about that, everyone was talking about how big of a deal it was, how big of a shift it is. If this works out, then this could be the way that a lot of movies are done. And if it works out to a high enough degree, this might be a way that a lot of studios do. This might fundamentally change the way movie-going experience is handled. Because if you can make more money releasing it on VOD and keeping all the money, then you might stop putting the movies in theaters. Or at least you would have more, or at least you'd be able to dictate more with the theaters, how much of the cut they get. You'd be able to dictate more of how many of the films that they want you to that you own, that you want them to see. If putting their movies on VOD creates profit that is equal to or in the same ballpark as putting it in the theaters, you will have not problem, but the theaters will have a problem. The studios will completely have a stranglehold on them because they no longer absolutely have to work with them to make the big bucks, and it would just be the end of the theatrical, experience, and more people would be used to seeing big movies at home. And that's the worry. That's the conversation. That's what the conversation's been like this for the last few months, ever since the lockdowns happened, and ever since it's become hard. Movie theaters been closed, shut down, and stuff. But the fact that but I was always fighting it, and I always said that there's just no way you're gonna make the same amount of money putting a movie on VOD than you will, in the movie theaters. Because I looked up some of the VOD things, and some of the highest grossing VOD things are 200 million max. Max. And I'm thinking to myself, that's awesome for a tiny little slubby movie, but you're not going to make your money back for these massive films. There was something crazy like Disney has 60 million subscribers, and they would need something like 15 million of them to sign up and purchase Mulan for it to break even. Nothing less than 10, I think it's 10 or 15, but nothing less than that, and they can't even break even on it. So it's one of those things where it's but then one of the things I said when I heard about the news too is, why would I pay for this if I know it's going to be free on Disney Plus eventually, not too long afterwards? You got to understand. And I got arguments and pushback from people going, well, that's going to happen no matter what. People telling me that, well, that's how it's always worked, is a movie goes to the theaters and eventually it's going to be on Netflix and whatnot. And I wanted to tell them this, and I never wanted to get in those huge debates, but in my mind, I was always thinking I wanted to say to them is, you got to understand how the movie process works. First, you go to the theaters, and if you're a good movie, if you're a really good movie and you're making money, you could be in the theaters to upwards of 6 months. People don't know this. Avengers Endgame came out in Avengers Endgame came out in about May, and it was in theaters in November. It was still in theaters in like November. Avatar, the original higher grosser, that thing was in theaters for almost 5 months. Black Panther was in theaters for almost 5 months. If you're making money, you will be in theaters for quite some time, and then you go to the Blu-ray and physical copies. No. The digital copies come out, so you have that of the digital copies. Then the Blu-rays and like physical copies come out, and then you're on a Netflix or something. You're talking about a turnaround of upwards to 8 to 10 months, depending on how bad the movie is. You know, if you're talking about a really good, high budget, you know, big movie, $1 billion movie, you're talking about an upwards to maybe I overreact, maybe I overdid it with the 10 months, but you're looking at least 6 to, there we go, that's a better description, 6 to 8 months before that movie is flipped and put on a streaming service, which is how that would work. But with there not being any theaters open, with there not being any physical copies sold, with there not being many physical copies of stuff sold, because, you know, you have to touch things and physical copies being sold, and everything being just straight to VOD and digital, it shortens the window. It goes straight to VOD, and then a couple months, 2 months later, it's on Disney Plus, it's on Hulu, it's on Netflix. So it shortens the window to like 2 to 3 months, which is what's happening with Mulan. Mulan will go on Disney Plus for $30 in a few days, and 3 months later, it will be free in December on Disney Plus. So it's like, it shortens that window. You can't make your money back in that time. You just can't. And you're not gonna make enough money in that short amount of time to do it, and you can't ask for as much money. Sure, there's been the argument that that if you brought a family to a movie theater, depending on where you live, out here, we brought a family out here, most movies, our matinees like about $9, and you know, regular tickets about $12. But in other places, our regular tickets like $20, $25, and like places like goddamn LA and New York. So you're looking at like a huge number, you know, if you for taking a family out. And the idea that Mulan's $30 is actually, for a family, not that bad of a price. But the thing is, if you aren't a family and you still want to go see this movie, you're better off just staying at home and waiting a couple months. And that's kind of the crux of this video, is to just tell people, if you want to see Mulan and you're not jonesing and you're not worried about, I mean, the thing about this movie is, I think Disney might have chosen the wrong movie to try this with, which, granted, like a lot of people pointed out, they're not going to do this with Black Widow. Probably not. I don't think they will. It might be a little foolish. And I think I said it too. I was like, if this was Black Widow, I might feel differently. But Mulan has already had reactions come out. Mulan had reactions come out in like July. No, not July. Like fucking before that. Before freaking, no, Avengers came out in April. No, before that, Mulan had like reactions come out in like, not April, like it was a long time ago. It was before May, because it was before Black Widow was supposed to come out. It had reactions about it a long time ago. So we already know, like, the general critic reaction to Mulan, and it was very positive. I'm not going to downgrade it. Like, the general critic reaction to Mulan was highly positive. So take that for what you will. And they called it the best Disney remake of the best Disney remake, and in the same caliber with like the Jungle Book, which I was like, okay, like I'm hyped for that. But like I said, but we've already known that for a while. And not to mention, Mulan is a Disney remake, so we genuinely know how the story is gonna go. We genuinely know how the story is gonna end. There's not anything really to spoil. So it kind of becomes this situation where you can just wait. Honestly, you can just not tell your kid that the movie's out yet and just be like, oh, well, it comes out in a couple months, and just wait. Or if you're a single person like me and you know you don't have any family, like not family, but you don't have any like kids or anything, you can just you know, you can just do your thing. You can just not even worry about it and be like, I'll wait 3 months and see it for free. It's just I can't consciously act, like, it's just kind of messed up. You're gonna pay $30 for something that if you wait 3 months for, you pay $6 a month. You know, what is that? Like, what is that? Like $18? 18, $19? I think it's $18. Math was never my strong suit. 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22. No, wait a minute. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, 18 bucks. It would be 18 bucks, or you pay 30 bucks to get something that you would have got for free not that long later. It's like the DLC shit. It's kind of like that DLC shit. That's what Mulan is to Disney Plus. Mulan is a video game. Disney Plus with Mulan is like buying a video game, pre-ordering it, paying an extra like 10 to 20 bucks for a DLC that will become free in 4 months. Like, that will become free a few months later. And you pay that extra just to have it now. That's what it is. And I'm just saying, like, you guys can make a choice. Do you want to wait for it? Or do you want to purchase it right away? Look, I think Mulan's going to be a good movie. And in my mind, and like, I'm going to wait for it. But admittedly, if I see enough, like, hyped reviews, like, if I see enough people that I like just raving about it, I might be, and I get a good paycheck one day, I might sit there and be like, maybe I should get it. But then I'm gonna be fucking, an idiot 3 months later when I'm like, oh well, fuck. Thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment below. Are you gonna buy Mulan in a few days for 30 bucks? Or are you gonna wait, like me, for a few months and have it for free? We shall see. Mulan, a lot of things is riding on Mulan, and Mulan does great. If Mulan makes $11 million, if Mulan gets 11 million people to buy it out of the 60 million subscribers, it might put Black Widow on there. But if it doesn't, if it just gets like 6 million subscribers, maybe 5 million, 6 million people to buy it, it's gonna be hard for Disney to, that premium thing's gonna be cut short. Thank you guys for the Comic Guy Movie Show again. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment below. Are you gonna purchase it in a few days, or are you gonna wait like me? Thank you guys. Have a good night, man.